Hello everyone, thanks for joining in. So welcome back to our SAP Field Glass session. So in the part A of this entire integration experience module of SAP Extended Workforce Management powered by SAP Field Glass, we have covered in the part A, we have covered all the 9 preliminary steps. If you have missed this session, just go and watch the session in our platform, newgenera.com, psa.newgenera.com. It is already available. And if you have not, let me know. If you have any questions, you can ask. And for the part B, we will be having 22 steps. Okay, we will today start with 20, 22 steps in service procurement for work order. Okay, so now let's start with the first one. That is the first step is all about creating and submitting a job post. Okay, so for this particular step, okay, how we are going to start it. Okay, so you can see this is having some 19 steps. Okay, 19 in this test script. Okay, okay, so we will be going to persona will be the buyer. So who will be doing performing this activity? The buyer persona he has to do. So let's log on to our system as a buyer. So I have already logged in. So let me log on as a buyer. So this is already my buyer account. So what I will do, so I will, as per the script, we will be following the script, and we will be going accessing the job posting creation. Okay, job posting. You can see job contingent level. Under that, we do have a job posting. And inside this also, we can see there are so many jobs have been already posted. Okay, so these are the existing jobs that are already posted. So now what I will do, I will create a job posting directly from here. Okay, so here we'll be getting the options, card view and list view. Let's click continue, whatever you want. So this is a job posting owner because I am the owner and I am just posting the job. It can be the hiring manager or the company, okay, who is the buyer actually. So billing currency, let's keep it INR. Let's try it. And let's search for it. Select a source. Search by name, description, or a qualification. So we have to search by that. Okay, so there are some tips actually how to do a advanced search using different options here. Okay, so let me search by billing. Okay, so there is no search as such. Okay, let me search by name. Okay, it is not available. Otherwise, let's move on to the USD only. Might be it will be having better options. Okay. Let's do a search again. Okay, so job posting for worker. Click continue. Let's follow the script, otherwise. Okay, so this is already we have observed that while selecting the job posting owner, okay, we're not sure about it, who is the owner, and search for job posting template. Yes, so here let's see, we are putting a list view. Okay, so now we got some value here, job posting templates and some job posting also. I think job posting is not there, but job posting template will be received now. Okay, these are the list we are having, and let's say how many items are there received. Okay, we have a lot of things here. Okay, so here these are different options we can view. We will select a source. Let's say I'll be putting someone related to business analyst as an individual contributor. Okay, so now after getting that template, now we'll be able to do it. Okay, so we have received the template, and inside that, if you go and we can, let's say the start date is, let's say, starting from November and ending in, let's say, 2023 October, and number of position, let's say one, business analyst US, and individual contributor. Is travel required? Let's say it's a no. And these are different legal entity purchase code. Site, we can use this one. Or let's say this one. Locations, let me put it. Let's say Yokohama's business unit, let's say automated company code, this one. Okay, position ID, let's put it. Let's allocate the call center. Update. Okay, so this is something as you've attached more. So it will also ask for the all those details. Okay, continue. Then, okay, so there are some issues. What is that error? Let's see. A primary cost center must be selected. Okay. Okay, primary, you can give it this one. Yeah. Then we will move on. Click continue. So this is the first step, we set up, and second step is the augmented. So buyer reference, if you want to give anything, coordinator, if you want to give anything, so you can always give. And qualifications, if any qualifications required for that position, you can mention that here. Okay, I don't have anything as of now, but if you want to select, you can do that. Time sheet, let's follow a standard one, right? And these are different rates, 75 USD, all the adjustment, one positions, distribution, maximum submission for recruiter supplier. So somebody will be supplying how much he can supply, maximum 15. And if you want that job seeker rate salary can exceed the requested salary, it's a no, click continue. Now finally we are done. So almost whatever the required, we can review and submit it. So I feel everything is fine. And posting information, time sheet, expense, accounting, billing, adjustment, distribution. Okay, so everything looks perfect. Now we will submit it. Yes, we're done. So you can see this is how the business analyst, that particular job posting has been posted, and it is now showing it the pending for approval. Okay, so this is the first one we have done. So how to create and submit a job posting. So we have done cost center, selected the GL, qualifications, right? So this data was not there, but anyway, so there are different time set, expense, distribution information, adding, submit job posting, everything we have done. Okay. So with this, we completed the step number 1. Now let's move on to the step number 2. Step number 2 is approving the job posting. So again, who will be approving? So the person who is a buyer approver, right? So how he will be approving? So now we will see. So let's say I have logged in now. Let's say is a buyer approver in the Fieldglass. Okay. So let's say let me log in as a buyer approver. Let's try that. Yes, we can see that business analyst, which we have created on 2nd of August 2022. This is going on the top, right? So we can go inside it and we can see that the details about it, right? We have seen all these things which we have created. When who is the posting owner, the person or the SAP Fieldglass buyer or the hiring manager who has posted this job. Okay. So now it is showing that the job posting is pending approval with you. Okay. This is something which I can come. If I want to see anything, if you want to edit anything, I can check it out. So what are the durations, whatever the Fieldglass owner or the buyer has submitted, I can always view that. Okay. So all these details I can view. Okay. If I want to change anything, I can do that. But yeah, so at present, I'm not required for me. So I'm happy to approve it. And also before that, we have some see a lot of actions here. Suppose I want to do anything like withdraw or anything I would like to do, I can check it out. And I also can view the budget if anything is allocated. So at present, I don't see any budget is allocated for this, but let's say let me put some filter so that I can better idea. I don't see any budget is there. Okay. But I can simply, as for this step number 2, I will simply go and approve it. Okay. I will say, fine, it is approved. So this is the second persona. So here we have seen the document was approved and send it to the further approval. Okay. So if you see who is the approval routing, if you want to see, so all the steps, right? The first one was done already. Okay. Second one is actually buyer. Okay. So now we will go to the next 2 step. Okay. The current step is basically it is with second person. Okay. Let me log in with that person. I can see that. There is the notifications, right? Okay. So let me now log in. So this is your approving the job posting step. Okay. So we have approved it. Now let's move on to the next approver, that is your distributor. Yes, I can see the notifications as well. Inside this notification, I can see, yeah, job posting title, business analyst. This is I can either go to the URL and approve it, otherwise I can go to the source. If I go to the source, I can see that this is how the source will look like. And I am the second up level of approver, that is approver number 2. Okay. So this is the buyer approver number 2, and I can approve it from here. Otherwise, I can directly also get a URL from here. It will take me to the same page. Yeah. So you can see that it will be taking to the same page, and you can see the details about it. Okay. And simply I can come here and I will approve it. So it is very simple. So you can see success that you have approved this item. Okay. So now the next step. So this is already passed step number 2. Now we will move to the step number 3. Step number 3 is all about submitting job seeker to the job posting. Okay, who will do this? This will be done by the supplier. So very important whenever you are doing all this testing and all, so to identify who is the persona performing that particular step. Okay, so here we are having a supplier. So now we'll be logging as a supplier, and what he will do, he will submit the job seeker to the job posting, right? So I will log in into the field glass as a now supplier. Supplier, that is, let me supplier. Okay, so let's note down this message as well, why this error is coming up. An observation. Maybe we'll check it out later on. Let's try in a different browser. And here we will be basically login as a supplier. And what we will be going to do here in this particular step, let me go back to the script. So we will be submitting new job seeker. Okay. And for that, we'll be going to the access and review the job posting, access and review the job posting. Okay, so these are the different job postings have been already done. You can see that, right? Billing analyst, billing, all these accounts analyst, right? Business analyst US. Okay, so this is something recent one we can see, right? So this is as we have given starting from 1st of November to 31st of October. So this is our, as a supplier, I can see and I can submit a job seeker to it. Okay, so this is the details which I have seen. Okay, who has the job posting owner and need to respond. Okay, what I can do, I can see after seeing all this information, I can submit the job seeker to it. So what I will do, search existing workforce, or otherwise I can put a new user. Okay, so what I can do, I will be, let's see, any existing worker is there, right? So let's say I will search for some people from Norway. Okay, or we will broaden our search. We can search an existing workforce directly from here. Let's say okay, we don't have that search. Business unit. Okay, we don't have anything. Okay, what we can do, let's go ahead with the new one. Okay, so the new job seeker, let's say first name, let's say Arpit Desmukh, unique ID, let's say confirm unique ID 1024 5190. Security ID, let's say. Oh, security ID has to match the format. First three letters of the worker's first name, that is your ARP. Then first three letters of the worker's last name, DS, ARP, DS. Then DDYYYY, MMDDYYYY. Okay, so let's put it like in this format. Available date from October, let's say 5th. No, display candidates for putting yes. Attached resume, so we put a CV. CV, then let's continue. So in the rate, I will put it like this. So here I don't see any drop down value. It's an optional one, but let's say pay rate 75 USD. Final bill rate, continue, calculate how much is there. Okay. If it is 100, then the markup is percent, 75%. Final billing rate will be 75%. Continue. Okay, final rate cannot exceed requested bill rate for a category ST, a standard category. We can put it like 50%, let's say. Okay, it cannot be like that. Let's put it 10%. Continue. Okay, so what do we understand by this? Pay rate can be okay. So now this is the final stage while submitting the job seeker. So we have a new job seeker or the candidate. So we have provided all the details, and these are all done by the supplier who is submitting this. So now finally I'll be submitting this. Okay, so now we can see. So this is how the job seeker has been submitted successfully, and a new workforce record has been created for that user. You can see the Desmo Karte. Okay, so this is the hard step which we have done, and this is already passed. We entered rate, we have submitted the job seeker to the job posting. Now we'll move on to the next step, and the step number 4, hiring a job seeker. So who will be hiring? Basically the buyer. Okay, so again we have to log in as a buyer persona, and let's see what is there in our store. So now I will log off. I will log in as a buyer. That is our Caesar. So in this, what I will do. So as a buyer, where we need to go, I will be going to access job posting, and let's see the job seeker. Who will be the job seeker for us? Yes, so this is the job posting. Let me expand it a little bit. This is the job posting ID, and we can see there is a one job seeker for this job posting which we have done earlier. We can see a job seeker for this, and who is the job seeker? The name is already populated, RP Desmukh, and who is the supplier? We have seen that. Okay, this is the supplier, and particular supplier detail I can see the domestic US supplier from Illinois, Chicago, and I can verify everything. Okay. So, so from here, what I can do, I can see also automatically system says that it meets sequestered criteria. Okay, so we can see what are the criteria, the rate and his availability. Okay, you don't have to again search for the things. Okay, so this is really a good thing. Yeah, I will take 5. I will quickly preview. Okay, so I don't have to go through detail about it, and simply I can search for this employee's cost score, availability score, total score, and all. Okay, so his CV and all. Okay, so I can see. So simply what I will do, I will in this step, let's see whether I have to hire or not. Yeah, so the create work order will be displayed and list of just from the original posting. Select the checkbox of a job seeker and choose hire. Okay, so here what I will do, I will go and click the hire button here. So this is the process. Once I click here, so this will go to a screen called create work order. Okay. So here in this, I will see work tenure. What is the work tenure? See that. So this is something not available. Okay. Any kind of potential matches or worker tenure. Okay. Okay. So this is something we need to check it out. Why it is not available. So this is an observation. Potential matches, and this is right. Okay. This one we have seen, and ultimately our expectation is to we have to create the work order. Okay, and this is the terms request on the job posting. So basically, these are the different steps we have to follow in the while hiring a job seeker. Let's see the okay. So the step number 5 is all about the work order. So in this, we are in the right screen. So we have to complete the work order and submit the work order. These are only 2 steps here we have, and we can do it easily, right? Let's complete that work order first. So we can see everything. The business analyst, this is our setup, job posting, supplier, and all the details are here. So goods and this expected, yes. Invoices, goods and receipt, yes. Product type, project optional. Project, let me put it a project ID. Let's say it is a field glass project, as we are talking about. Worker type CW, purchase group. Okay, so let's put it this one. Product type to material group. Okay, so people who are not aware of these things, you can understand what is the meaning of a purchase group, product type, and all. It will be only visible for the buyers. Okay, so as we have now logged in as a buyer, okay, and item category, we can put it as this one, your status flag, approved. Okay, so all the details already populated here. Okay, auto registered job seeker. Let it say yes. Times it. So all these things I can check it out, and all the rates I can see buyer reference purchase. So these are all optional things. So we'll leave it. Now we'll click continue. So in this way, we can create a work order. The first step is the most important one. If anything is like to change, you can change it. and finally you will be reviewing it. You are in the second step. Now you submit it. Okay. So there is a complete letter option also there. That means it will be in a draft mode. Okay, but yeah. So this is how a particular work order has been now created. Okay. So this is now your work order has been submitted as well. Okay. So coming back to the step number 5, this is already we have done. So we have completed and submitted the work order. Okay. Now move on to the next step. The next step will be approving that work order. So who will be approving the work order? So basically, you have to log in to the SAP Fieldglass system as an approver, right? So let me log in as an approver. And now I will go to that work order. I can see there is a one, either I can do an approval directly from here or otherwise I can go there and approve it. I can see Arpit Desmukh is the job seeker for this particular work order. I can simply come here and see the details and simply check it out, everything, and approve it. Yes, you have completed your work item this. Okay, so now this is now approved. Okay, so now this is done for us. We will go to the home page and check out both. Suppose the job posting you can see and also the work order. Okay, so you can see. So now this has been submitted, right? And approve the work order. Let's move on to the second buyer approval because it is now showing pending approval, right? So we need to understand who are the next level of approval, right? So you have to see it has been approval must be approved by one of the S4 HANA integrations, right? So this is again, let me log in to other approval. Activity due, this is something, the following URL will be taken to this. Onboarding deliverable action on completions, approver, deliverable due date, work order ID. Okay, so what does it say? Let's see. Okay, so this is something I will say. This is an onboarding activity completions page. It took me and I can see persons who have received the work item. So these are different persons, approver, all these people. Okay, and this was the work order ID. Okay, we have to check it out. And we can see still it is showing a pending approval, right? We can see the mark is a complete. Completion date, mark is a complete. This. Okay. So now this is done for us, right? Approve work order. Okay. So this is we have done. Now, next step is to check PR in S4 HANA Cloud. Okay. So how to check this one? We will have to log in to a as a purchaser and we have to go to the manage purchase requisition, that app. Okay. And inside that, log in as a purchaser and we have to check it out. Manage purchase requisition professional app. Purchase requisition, let's see. Okay, also this one we need to note it down. What are the errors we're getting? We have to capture it. Let's see why this error is coming up again. So let me log in again. I will be getting some notifications here. So let's see. 3 minutes ago, I have received a message saying error. Let's see what is that error. Is it related to our workflow or not? Okay, so this is something. Okay, we can see purchase requisition request inbound. Purchase requisition number has been created. Okay. What does it say? Purchase requisition number 14 times 0 534535. Okay, this has been created. Okay, purchase requisition. So data content, material management. Okay, this is something we can see that this is how the purchase requisition has been created in our S4 HANA. Okay, that means it is working fine, right? So now let's move on. So it is automatically generated and approved it. Okay, so we don't have to do much. Okay, so suppose I want to see a purchase requisition. So okay, and again go back to our notification and verify that. Let me duplicate it. Purchase requisition number. Let me pull it down and paste it here. So we have seen that this is our purchase requisition 14 times 0 535. Four times 0 534 535. Just click go. Now we can see under this cost center, there are two purchase requisition. If I go here, So this the page is loading. Let's wait for a while. So here we can see that the purchase requisitions coming up. Okay. So there are two purchase requisitions. This is 534 and 535. So we can see these are the two purchase requisitions, 534 and 535. You can see that. So these are two purchase requisitions which we have seen. So in this way, the process we need to follow that you should be able to see the purchase requisition in your S/4HANA cloud. So that means this step is done for us. So step number 7, we have done successfully. Now we will move to the step number 8 to check the updated work order status. So for this, we have to log into the SAP Fieldglass again as a buyer or the administrator. And we have to go to the access work order. So we have already logged in as an administrator and we go to the home page. And you can see my worker is showing his name, and what we can do, we can go to the work order. Work order. We can see this is the work order. And it is showing now, it's confirmed. Just let me go to the work order. Yes, this is the work order we have seen, right? P41. Yes. Work order, this one. Access work order, select work order in the work section, choose the ID of the work order desired. And around 2.5 minutes after the last procedure, the status of the work order has been changed. On the details tab in the work order, details section, the status of the PRF file defined, and the PR status of the field fields are updated, right? Okay, this is the work order ID. Okay, so this is something we have seen it. Okay, so it is showing as a ID of the work order. Let's see the ID of the work order. This is your work order ID, right? And there are a lot of IDs you can see. There's a job posting ID, job seeker ID, Also, what is the work order ID? Created on the details tab in the work order details sections. If I go to the details sections, I can see all these details about this work order. Status of the PR ref ID and PR status. So you will see that PR ref ID. Okay, so it is still showing us to be updated via integration. So PR ref ID as well as your PR status flag. Purchase requisition reference ID, but requisition status flag. Okay, so status flag it is showing as app. Yeah, that is fine. And it is going to be updated via CF update integration. So what we can do, we can wait for a while. Otherwise, we will just make a note here. So these are the two things in the test script. It told 2 minutes, but it doesn't take more time. To be updated via integration. Still, it shows that it is to be updated. We will make it as an observation here. That takes a lot of time. That whatever we are seeing is saying that PR ref ID and these things we are not happy. So we'll mark it as a orange, and we can say comment here rather. That is your PR ref ID, right? Yeah. Okay. Remaining part can say the pass. Yes, step number 8 is done for us. Now let's move on to the step number 9. Step number 9 is all about accepting the work order. So finally, what we have the conclusion was it was approved. Okay, so here 9 is accepting the work order. So we will now log in to SAP Fieldglass as a supplier. So we log out and log in again. So we log in now as a supplier. So let me log in as a field class. Another browser. Okay, so now we are logged in as a supplier. So we will go to the work order screen. Okay, so first of all, we have to check out the work order ID. So we have forgot to note down the work order ID. Let's go back to the admin page and we will note down the ID first of that work order. So this is our work order. This is our work order ID. We will make a note of it. So this is our work order ID. Then let's log in as a supplier. Go to the work order. Search for the work order ID. Okay, so this work order is not yet available. So we need to figure it out. No. So this work order is not available as such. Let's see. No. So the job posting we can see. So we submitted the job seeker as a supplier. And this person still it is showing work order is pending approval for this user. So it is always showing work order is approval still, right? So work order acceptance, this is completely missed out. So in this step, we have to figure it out why this is not coming or it is taking much time here. So what we're going to do here. So let's see some other work order. How does it look? We will remove this one. Let's say we'll search for another work order ID. Let's see this one. Okay, so I think this work order has already have been accepted, confirmed. Yeah. So this is a work order for another one. So we can see it's already confirmed. Okay, but as an observation, we will see why this is taking a long time. So this is something I will mention as a fail. This is not a fail. Pass access. This was I will able to do it. Okay. So next one is step number 11, checking purchase order in S4 HANA Cloud. So this one, we have to check out how the purchase order will be looking like. Manage purchase order. Purchase order. So this is how a typical purchase order looks like. Manage purchase orders. List. To search for a purchase order sent from the SAP Fieldglass system, set the relevant filters and choose to. So this is the purchase order. Dated by this one with plus purchase order date, limit items, delivery and invoice, supplier contract data. So let's see one by one. So this is the standard purchase order. The standard purchase order will be having a basic data, org data, and further information. In the basic data, we are having purchasing document type, who is the supplier, what is the currency, language, the organization, we are having the purchasing group, purchasing organization, company code, the further information who has created. So it is coming via CPI, and approval status is automatic. These are all automatically approved. So items actually, so here we do not have anything, but any limit items, so we are having this delivery and invoice. All the details are here. Supply contract data, notes, output management. So here we can see all these details. Mostly these are to approval, field glass driven. So these are all automatic determination, you can see. Okay, so this is something how a typical purchase order looks like in S/4HANA Cloud. Okay, so we can see the statuses also. Ordered this much, delivered value this much, invoice value this much. You can see that there is a small variations, right? You can see that, and if you can to share in a mail, share in a something like that, you can send it as well, right? So I can send it an email. Okay, I can do that, right? So this is this step is all about. This is how you can check your purchase order in S4 SAP S/4HANA Cloud. Okay, so this is a simple one. This is all about a little bit laughing about your S/4HANA system. I will make it as a green, the pass. So we access the So with this, we have completed the step number 11. So now we will move on. So this is actually step number 10 actually. So just correction, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was a test step number 10. Now coming to the next step, that is your step number 11, activating the work order. So how to do this? So basically you have to log in the SAP Fieldglass as a PMO or the program officer. So what I will do, I will log in. I have already logged in as a PMO. Let me log in the PMO. So what I will do, I will go to work order and I will confirm if I have to activate. Work order list. Work order, activate work order. The activate work order is displayed. This is one of the existing work order. I think this is already activated. But let's see some of the work order which is already accepted. This is, you can see this is activated. Okay, you can see there are different statuses, right? Accepted, activated, approval paused, closed, confirmed worker closed. So there are so many status, created, declined, pending approval, all these things. So we will see something as a accepted one. This is an accepted work order. Yes, so for this work order, we can see there is an activate button. So I will come here and I will activate. So you will say you are about to activate the work order. Do you want to continue? Click OK. Yes. So we want to activate the work order like this is. Okay. So now this work order has been activated, right? Okay. So now you can go back to the work order list and we can check out this work order ending with 336. So 336, what is that? Clear filter. So the 336 is now confirmed. Okay, previously it was accepted. From accepted to now it is now becoming confirmed. Okay, this is you can see 336. So this is confirmed. Okay, yeah, this work order is now confirmed. So status is showing as confirmed. And we can check out the other work order ID as well. For something is pending approval. This is which we have created last time. Okay, so this is still showing as a billing analyst. This is a work order is actually this work order never got approved actually. So something we need to figure it out. This is something which I have created last time. Just a minute. And another work order which we have seen us go back to the work order list. The recent one, 341, Arpit Smoke, it is still showing a pending in approval. Okay, we need to figure it out. Okay, so otherwise, this is confirmed that it's a very simple process. The work order is activated, the registration mail will go to the workforce email address. The registration email is time sensitive, it expires in 20 days, 21 days. If the registration code expires, the worker has displayed the email. You can send the worker as an email again, choose the actions and select resend invitation. Okay. So this is a typical process we have to follow while activating the work order, right? So this is the process we need to follow. Almost this is the past thing. Okay, so everything we're able to do it is not very difficult, but only for the past work order we have to figure it out why it was not approved automatically. We need to check it out with SAP and confirm why it is not coming, the root cause of it. Otherwise, this is a very easy one. This step is very easy one. We'll confirm that it is passed. Yeah. So this is all about step number 11. I think almost we are at the middle of this integration experience for the part B out of 22 steps. Okay, we have completed 11 steps, and the 11 remaining 11 steps are easy one. We will do it. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thanks for your patience, and we'll take a break and we'll continue from there after the break. So hope you'll enjoy your lunch and we'll come back after the lunch. So let's continue. Stop sharing.